I watch it, 200 people stranded on the new fucking vessel. Holy pussy clad. And watch this, you know, right? What we are seeing. Who pull up on crime scene? One time from St. Here, though. The opposition leader, right? Mr. Hasidim, right?
The president went to London and basically bragged about their level of success today. So one of the things he point to is the Linden Highway. It is clear there was a design failure. The engineer failed.
Do you really think that as Guyanese, do you really think that Guyanese children will die, scores of them, and adults, in a ferry operated and managed by a government ministry? Do you really think that people are going to stay silent?
Myself and MP Tabitha and MP Don, we are presently at the Pomeroon Coast Guard floating base, and they just instructed this boat that we're on not to allow us to pass to head to Morocco.
Here are the Coast Guard boats that should have been deployed to rescue our brothers and sisters in the ocean who drowned and perished to the bottom of the sea. They sent the Coast Guard 7 hours. 7 hours they held on to Vina Lake and whatever was floating around from the boats, and they drowned and they perished.
Dog the things me comfy, dog the things, you hear? Dog the things me comfy, dog the things, you hear me? Dog the things me comfy, dog the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face, whoa. Dog the things me comfy, dog the things, you hear me? Dog the things me comfy, dog the things, whoa. Dog the things me comfy, dog the things. Me no business, me no care if them no worry.
You could give them your heart, and I'm gonna still say that's not enough. Jah alone knows that you got it tough. He restored my soul like Lazarus and told me to live right even when man and just. Yo, this is Alabama. Your guy, this artist, representative for Talk the Things TV, where we talk the things. Yo, big up fire feelings, and remember, comment, like, and follow. Alabama representing, you know. Boom!
Y'all want we talk the things, or y'all know what we talk the things? Neighbors, how you guys doing, man? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Let's Start the Things TV. Your boy Fire Feelings back in the building. Boy, oh boy. Well, I didn't get to drop upload part 2 yesterday, but definitely I don't know it goes. Yo, a headache catch me. I couldn't even go live last night. I'm very sorry, guys. I don't know, like I feel like I'm working a little too hard, but you know what I mean? To be successful in life, you gotta work a little hard. Yeah, you know what I mean? How do you work smart, you still got for, but nevertheless, we're in the building, man. It is definitely Thursday, the 6th of August. Hope you guys doing good. As you see how we start the video, you know, with any pot bubbling, you know, with dish out to the plate, and you know where they put them in you. Do not miss, do not move. Make sure you stick around to the end of the content and drop those comments in the comment section for me. Well, you don't know the ball game go already, like I told you already. 50K by year end. Feel free to give the video a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, put your post notification bell on so you'll be notified when we drop a new video or we go live. No time for waste. Now, you can remember on the last upload that I did yesterday, we show you whereby Mr. Campbell and Mr. Mohamed definitely was at the new vessel that the minister and the ministry put in place after the MV Barima sank. Now, what kind of strange about this is because you guys saw that they had over 200 persons on that boat stranded. Word out is that one of the engine malfunction, so the captain said, yo, you're going on, I'm not shipping out this boat is. I mean, they're taking them out of charge. We got to give the captain a big up on that. You understand? But this is what I want to know. Why would you put a vessel underwater and it done getting engine problem already? What really going on? Now, a lot of persons got concerned. You know, a lot of persons got things to talk about it. We got this brethren here, so basically saying, yo, them on stupidness. Viewers, take a listen.
Because of this Guyana.
Guyana, I watch it, 200 people stranded on the new fucking vessel. Holy pussy clad. And watch this, you know, right? What we are seeing. Who pull up on crime scene? once a year though. The opposition leader, right? Mr. Hasadim, right? And this man stopped on the way going home from the site in Linden, you know. The site, and the vice president was in Linden. The site, soon as he done the we got to jump in the because non-stop till he reach the fucking door front. Drive door, stop till I reach my door front, door, stop. The site, and watch what they say. And this man way home, the man hear the scene and just pull up 200 people stranded on the new vessel. What kind of pussy clat is done over by? How the fuck is done over by? Since 3 p.m. people heading to Babarura. They say, I did today. No, but a while I see they say the VP was in Linden coming down on the way. This thing happened since 3 o'clock. I did show you here about this shit. Just because the opposition here about you right there, you know. You stop off and check these people them out. No, yet straight on the journey, straight down. It's like my back, it's a tongue back home. And he gonna stop till he reach the door front, right? Who more care about the citizens of this country? No, all our real people. Just the other day, look how much getting on the boat. And this is the new vessel, people. New motherfucking vessel. And people just stranded on them. 200 passengers. What kind of mother cunt is though? What? Yeah, please drop it in the comment. Yeah, I thought there's a late night update, you see me? Straight up, but I just show you the VP and never stop and checking on these people. Imagine there's a new vessel. Me man never stop, you know. Man just beat out straight on the wheel. Yeah, I think what they say, some of our say behind around 200 passengers left stranded. And there's the new vessel. Drop it in the comments.
Viewers and subscribers, as you just know, our guy now. Even if not the VP, which he's talking about the vice president, even if not him, some one of the ministers could have, turned up just to show their concern, show that they care or something. Why it had to be Mohamed? Why they can't beat Mohamed to the pint and just show Mohamed, yo, we there, dog? We there? No, you don't see that at all from none of these guys. There's the whole messed up thing. And they say they care about the country. Now, am I blaspheming you? Am I accusing you guys wrongfully? If it's common sense, even if the VP couldn't go, you try to tell me nobody else didn't get a call, no other minister couldn't go there, nobody for Edgel or nobody couldn't go there, thing. Bullet by beer bullet. I don't know. But you guys leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know where's your thoughts. Definitely on this here. So now we got the man called VPAC. After the vice president was in Linden, the whole breakout and the whole push down barricade and all these kind of thing, persons was saying at the end of the day, all the vice president had to do is come out. Even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's 10 minutes, and just listen to the people and try to talk to the people them. But why? Because Mohamed, they say you want to come out to face Mohamed. Where is it? You cannot show Mohamed, I'm not afraid of you. I could talk to your people because we ain't doing nothing wrong. Or it's because y'all doing something wrong, make y'all fear to face these people. Anyway, let me hear what Mr. VPAC, aka Darwin Best, has to say, viewers.
The president went to Linden and bragged about their level of success today. So one of the things he point to is the Linden Highway. It is clear there was a design failure. The engineer failed. We have traveled that Linden Highway for as long as we can remember, and there was never any issues with flooding. What we had was an highway that needed help. What we're seeing now is a highway that has been repaved, that has a lot of flaws. It's very wavy, the water don't drain, it don't have any lights, it's not properly marked. So we cannot accept that as any success. Then he went on to brag about education. What did this government do in Linden that they can brag about? Let's point to, St. James still have a school, the Bamia School, that is not yet, as far as I'm aware, and Lindeners have been telling me as recent as today, it is way beyond schedule. Way beyond schedule. I know I've been coming after these young brothers, but at the end of the day, we have to call a spade a spade. That school is a disaster. It's still not turned over, and it is way beyond schedule. The next thing he spoke about, people, is the road, Linden to Bamia Highway. He spoke about the bridge. Now, this is not no just bridge that you decide to do for Linden. that was a part of the agreement with the Brazilian government. They're going to put in a 4-lane highway, and you could not have had, you needed a new bridge. Okay? But let us ask the real fundamental question. What is really your success, and what have you done for Linden? What we're seeing today is the bauxite leaving Linden and everything passing through Linden. Was there any real development, any real job creation? You're talking about housing. Point to how many Guyanese, how many Lindeners have actually benefit or can come out and say, I have gotten my house in the last 6 years. Your own government would have conceded to the fact that you've only built 2,000 something houses in the last 6 years. So what is it that you have decided, or what formula have you come up with that can now correct this? Listen, Guyanese must understand that what we're seeing today, I think Barjack, you're getting old, It's like his politics ain't really politics in right now. You cannot just continue to just come out here with fancy headlines. What we are going to call on you for is to show us the success. Headlines ain't cutting it no more. What is the success ratio? How many houses? Tell us exactly how many houses have you handed over in Linden. Show us the community of these homes. Show us what exactly are the condition of this community. Are the drains there? What infrastructure is there? You speak about, we are buying house land, it's costing us $5 million and we're selling it for $500,000. You know what? My brother Francis is gonna dig deep into that, because your own number is now gonna put your president to answer a lot of questions using those numbers. But the real question is, if you're saying that it's costing you $5 million because of the infrastructure work, we demand to see what these infrastructure is, because all we see is trench and many times dam. Not real roads, not real sidewalk. But you know what's amazing? Newsroom is doing a good job. They just copied from VPAC, where they're putting out these images. Of what you're going to deliver. So we're waiting to see, now that you actually have the steering wheel and you are actually putting out these images of the work that you're going to give the Guyanese people, I hope those standards are actually delivered. And once again, it's not just headlines. But more importantly, Guyanese, the government is looking for pleas and thanks. Pleas and thanks for what? It is taxpayers' money. So Barrett Jagdeo, Irfan Ali, and any other of these ministers that come in your community and do what they're supposed to do, there's no pleas and thanks for this. You are supposed to do that. Burnham built houses around this country without oil. So what are you trying? There's a bauxite company that is no longer in Linden, and that was without oil. Linden was a booming economy without oil. So what are you really bragging for? What really have you done for Linden? Tell us listen, forget the headlines. Come out and tell us, how many jobs have your government created in Linden? How many? How many homes did you deliver? We are no longer going to be fooled by headlines. What you're seeing today, people, is a government that failed and is very good at winning with headlines. Just a new promise. You've already given us a lot of promises over election. Can you show us what have you completed over the last 6 years that you've already been in office? Instead of making new promises, because all it is right now is a new promise that overshadows the last promise. We don't need promises, people. We will continue to give you an opportunity. But show us, because we are now prepared to govern this country for every mom, pop, and child. The procurement law, again, people, speaks to you and your community benefiting. Who are going to get these contracts in Linden? So, no, we don't have a problem with you going to Linden and offer them. But who are you offering it to? The people all dressed in red around you? Or are you offering it to the Lindeners? You must tell us that. Who is actually going to get these contracts? And is it going to share with the normal man, or do we have to put on a PPP shirt? Who are you offering these? Who are these promises to? Who is getting these contracts? What's this development that you're bragging about? We're importing chicken, it's passing through Linden. Why not give Lindeners land so they can rear chickens? We have to get away from these promises, people. Guyana, it's time we elect leaders that is prepared to govern this country for each man and child, that have the visionaries that can create employment, that understand what it feels like and what it is to have nothing. What we're doing now is allowing people to govern it for themselves and their friends. I'm going to say it again. I think Barrett Jagdeo is getting old. He was a pretty sharp politician. It's not really, your politician ain't really politicking right now, Barrett. It ain't really making sense. All you're trying to do is dominate the headline with a whole bunch of promises. Unless you start delivering, I demand of the Guyanese people, it is no longer going to be business as usual. Let us hold this government accountable. Ejil must go, Imnar must go, and Barrett and Irfan Ali must come up with a plan that show the people what they're going to do and the timeline that they're going to do it. And not just let it be in headline because we're trying to silence something else that's going on in the country. See you again soon.
Correct is right. Big up to my boy Darwin Best. I telling you, nobody does it best like you, my brother. And I tell you, you got a good chance in the election coming up because you're fighting for equal rights and justice. And I feel your energy. You know what I mean? Because the man ain't lying. His promises, every time them come with a new promise to overshadow the first promise that they ain't get for come true with. You really say a promise is a comfort or a fool. That's why I don't want nobody promise me nothing. If you got something to give me. Don't tell you, but hey, I can give you this. And even if when a person tell me that to you, I can give you this, I don't sit down and literally like wait and hoping and praying for that. No, me, I is looking for my own thing. I might buy whatever he say he can give me. And when he come and give me, don't guess what happened, I just got two. But the government gotta do better than that, man. Real talk. Real talk. But you guys leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what's your thoughts on this. Anyway, come on, Indian brother here with a message. Views and subscribers, take a listen.
Do you really think that as Guyanese, do you really think that Guyanese children will die, scores of them, and adults, in a ferry operated and managed by a government ministry? Do you really think that people are going to stay silent? And they're going to have their fancy COIs and all these things, and we're going to stay silent? I don't care which party you voted for. When I see injustice, when I see things like this, I can't help myself. I have to say something. Even if it's rubbing your favorite politician wrong, you have to call it out. Regardless of which party you voted for, my view here is not a political one, as I said before. This is a matter of accountability. You are responsible, Mr. Ejil, for this boat going down. We have ferries here that people having fancy parties. I'm hearing these DJs and so on advertising boat cruise and all these kinds of things on these boats. I don't understand that. So if you think that Guyanese people are going to stay quiet, you're totally wrong. I just saw a protest at the parliament earlier this afternoon. It seemed to be a peaceful protest. It seemed to be just in its cause and its calling. And regardless of which party you vote for, even if the PNC or the APNU or the WIN party was in there and the minister in charge of that department was in the same position, I would do the same thing. I call them out. You need to go. This is a serious thing. Our children died. Just a few weeks ago, I was planning to go visit some friends that recently moved back to the Northwest and go on the ferry like a cruise, and with my boys, my kids. You don't want to know what went through my mind when I saw this. Right? So, look into your hearts. Don't look at it and say, well, is our party, PPP is our party, so we can't call for this action. This is wrong. And the attitudes that I'm seeing there, I'm not saying that Mr. Ejil is a bad man or an evil man. I'm saying that he didn't have the vision to understand that he's overseeing a ministry, and in certain aspects of this ministry's operation, people's lives would be involved, and there is where you put your priority for safety. This is going to change Guyana when it comes to safety concerns. I remember traveling on boats weekly, and they had monitors at the port, check in to see if you have your life jackets on, writing down names and all these things. You don't see this anymore. And citizens also are guilty The speedboat operators have to shout on them and tell them, look, put on your jackets. Why? Each one of us have a responsibility out there. Every time we leave our door in the mornings, we just have to hope and pray that we return to this door to see our families, have dinner with our families. Right? This is a just call in my view. I think it was a peaceful protest. I watched it carefully. There are certain political nuances and agenda. That's their thing. I believe I want to go there tomorrow with my placard. I'll be across the street because I'm not in any political party calling for the same thing. I'm sure that they would like to see all the ministers in the PPP go. This is not what I'm saying. All right. Don't be silent about this. This is the worst disaster Guyana has ever seen since Jim Jones, as Mr. Mohamed said. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I would have rubbed Mr. Mohamed a little, saying that I don't see him speaking much on certain issues. You're seeing him complain about potholes and squatting and this and that. Superficial things, right? But this last tragedy, Mr. Mohamed was there for days, talking with people, comforting them, his presence alone. Now, regardless of his legal issues, right? Let's say those issues was not on the table. I would look at this man, and I do look at him with much respect for what he's doing. You know why? There are politicians in this country that I've known since I was a boy, still in the system, and I hear a peep from them to this day on this matter. As soon as this ferry sank, Mr. Mohamed was there, Director of Finance, even credible news guy, MP Duncan, and all these people was there. The president was there too, doing his thing. These other politicians should have jumped on and shut the country down. Everybody, take a pause. Get their asses up there and see to the needs of those people in Region 1 and Region 2. Right? Everybody in the comfort of their offices, looking at it on television, on the internet. That's not your job. People want to see you. They want to know that you care. Now, as I said just now, I was rubbing Mr. Mohamed on not paying attention to certain issues because he's not fully au fait with the nuances of politics in certain sectors and how to, really dissect a sector in such a way that, because the PPP have some very, very smart people that been in the game for a while, and they know these things. But what I saw from Mohamed was his heart. And he's a man of my own heart. I'm not a billionaire. But I got to find a way with some of my friends, as the time goes, to find these people. Mistress Moon Sami and them. She lost 7 children. Imagine that. 5 girls and 2 boys. What is next for her? What is the reason for even opening eye tomorrow morning? A lot of my friends see me and ask me, Nick, why are you coming on the internet and saying these things? I will quote again what I said before. When good men see evil and don't act upon it and don't say anything, you are allowing the habit of evil to prevail. You, in action, is also part of the problem. All right? Now, I know not all of us are in the position to do something. Our government, we're supposed to expect them to do this and do that. But a voice, a call, goes a long way. All right? Tomorrow, I'm hoping I want to go there and support those people that are calling for Mr. Edgil resignation. We need a new type of management style, a new type of thinking in Guyana, a new wave of leaders. Their methods are archaic. It's not sufficient for the new Guyana. In the next 10 years, Guyana is a whole new country. All right. So thank you for listening and thank you for all the support. I've been looking at my little videos. I didn't expect such a response. So thank you very much for the kind of support. Um, I want to say I don't have any political agenda. This is a human matter. If you have a heart, you will feel a certain way. It's just. Have a good.
Same thing I said. You understand? I'm on the same boat with you, Mr. Nick. Same boat. You hear the man saying in his speech, he said if it was any other party, the same thing you would do. From your do stupidness, you're going to get called out. And how much time I tell you guys that over here, sir? This thing is not picking side. I is not a win supporter or fan. I just read the man. I don't know nothing about the man back in the days with nothing. I know who name was calling the most. So now for hear this, yes, I'm not going to just run, oh, he was the man. Oh, no. Somebody was encouraging him, if that is what. So the encourager supposed to get hold more. When a crime commit, right, the mastermind of the crime is be the one who is get charged the most than the person who do the crime and the mastermind. Is getting enough more years, y'all know that? I think y'all supposed to know that. So whoever had he was the mastermind doing that. So I won't come here and say this and double the man. And still it's not no big win. So I never talk to Mohamed. Enough time I know them must say, oh, Mohamed pay. He take pay. Take pay me. I don't want people to pay me. People can't pay me. It's like because me money is not chump change. I tell you, I was never a snitch. I was never no chatty. I was never a long belly. Licorice. No. I good. But you guys leave your comments in the comment section because the man said, oh, when people see evil, they got to talk about it. And if you allow evil to continue doing evil, that means you're a part of evil too. But enough people in Guyana just frightened for speak. Like I said, it's not coming out and cussing these man and making it look in a kind of way. You could talk, you see how this man reasoning respectfully. You dissing nobody respectfully. This is how you gotta do it. But like I said, leave your comments in the comment section. Now, this video that definitely we're going to drop is whereby the man called Mohamed say that he's taking a trip to a next region. I'm not too familiar with this region, but by a bag of things end up going down with this trip to this region. Guys, let me take a listen to Mr. Mohamed and his MP partners.
Myself and MP Tabitha and MP Don, we are presently at the Pomeroon Coast Guard floating base, and they just instructed this boat that we're on not to allow us to pass to head to Morocco. The president is going to Morocco at 9 a.m. and we are going there for a peaceful protest. We have a lot of supporters in Morocco, a lot of persons waiting for us to attend this peaceful protest to ensure Ministers Edgil and Minister Indar, they must resign. Following the MV Barima tragedy, where over 100 of our brothers and sisters lost their lives, including children and babies. This is the dictatorship government. Anything you would like to say?
I know, first of all, it's our constitutional right to protest if we so desire. I know that the president seems to be very fearful of the leader of the opposition and the opposition members of parliament. I don't understand why. And I think this is a clear sign of dictatorship in its finest form. You curtail people's ability to move, people's freedom of movement, because you may be scared of seeing them in the same space that you're in. I know that the people at Morocco are waiting on us. And I think this is the highest level of dictatorship, and for a government who prides itself on being the democracy that it claims to be, Every single day we see them pushing back against our democracy in some fashion. And to stop us from going to meet our people in Morocco at this stage, this is nothing more than dictatorship. I don't understand why it is that they're so afraid of the leader of the opposition and the opposition MPs.
All right, we're here in Pomeroon River. Just stopped here for the normal checks, as I have known traveling to Morocco for several times on boats. I have only known of the rule that you stop to give your names and then the boats are allowed, and that has been going on for years. But this morning, I am quite surprised that we were called in. The captain was called to do the necessary thing, and then next we're told that we cannot go to Morocco. We have to turn back, and so this is very undemocratic. This is beyond measure. We are Guyanese, and we're free to move from the quarantine to the point of play. It is Guyanese right. And especially as an indigenous person, I can walk this land up and down. I can go through the rivers. But to know that today that I cannot go, well, let me tell you, my indigenous people, this is what the government is doing to us, to all of us. And if this continues, my indigenous people, we have to rise and we have to put a stop to this dictatorship.
So many boats we saw pass. With just, no checks. Just come in, collect the names, boat's gone. This is exactly what we're living under in this country, full dictatorship. I'm surprised with Commander Shamsuddin. The ranks here said they got to get instructions from the person in charge, and that is Commander Shamsuddin. PPP lucky of this administration.
Well, Mr. Mohamed, nobody said it would be easy. I think you know though that nobody said it would have been easy. You know what I mean? No matter where you go, these band of them is going to definitely try their best to avoid you from going. You understand? Even though they say that clean protests, manly protests, good protests, they don't want no protests. I feel like if they could do like what the Trinidadian Prime Minister do when people want to do protests, call state of emergency, that would happen, but they never ever put certain thing like that in place. Because I don't see why they're stopping these people them from protesting. Come on. It's a nation disaster window. So what are you going to do? Like, really? Now we see after Mr. Mohamed came out, definitely with that, it looked like it got a little intense. We see Mr. Mohamed, sister Anna Mohamed, definitely was on the trip with them, but couldn't hold it anymore. Listen to what she had to say after they sent Coast Guard, even to stop this man from going to Mohuko or wherever the place. Sorry. Yeah, but you don't know. Jeez, take a listen.
Here are the Coast Guard boats that should have been deployed to rescue our brothers and sisters in the ocean who drowned and perished to the bottom of the sea. They sent the Coast Guard 7 hours. 7 hours they held on to Vina Lake and whatever was floating around from the boats, and they drowned and they perished. But here, they deployed the Coast Guard boats here because the opposition leader is here, because Region 10 residents have decided no more. It is time to convene the meeting to elect the regional chairman and vice chairman of Region 10. The people have spoken. Enough is enough. The people are demanding the immediate resignations of Ministers Indar and Edgil, whose gross incompetence, the highest level of incompetence in this country, has led to the deaths of more than 100 Guyanese. They have deployed the GDF here, the Coast Guards, all the ranks in Region 10, all the ranks in Linden, here to the Watuka House, to intimidate us. But we will not be intimidated. We will not be silenced. We continue to stand firm to represent the people of Region 10, the people of Linden, and the people of Guyana. We stand here in peaceful protest and in solidarity with the families affected of the victims and survivors in the MV Burima tragedy. And we demand the immediate resignation of Minister Indar and Minister Edghill, who have the political responsibility for the gross level of incompetence, the highest level of incompetence and gross negligence that led to the deaths of more than 100 Guyanese. Here you can see the Coast Guards deployed here to Watuka. We saw GDF helicopters circling Watuka. Where was the GDF helicopter when our brothers and sisters were drowning in the ocean? Where was the helicopter? Where was the love for these people? We continue to stand here in solidarity, and we call on all Guyanese, no matter your political affiliation, to stand up, to speak up, to demand better of your leaders. We must do better than this.
Well, as you just now heard it from Miss Anna Mohamed. Definitely. Whoa. I tell them man send Coast Guard, them man sell helicopter. Hey, Mohamed is a bad man, but if Mohamed got them doing all of this, and indeed for the people them would die them and do this, like, you know, them go so hard for these persons. Cause like I said, I seen other country when stuff like this happen in minutes. Helicopter, drone, dog. I tell you, plane, everything on the ground. Nothing don't take so long, 7 hours then people went on the water. But like it is. Today I sit down and I close me eye and try vision in the middle of the ocean or some way. Just God alone looking at you. And the boat go down and the water like that. I could imagine with them running through them people's head. Oh my God. Then for know you got children. This will show you people drunk because people trying to save the child. Bye. Hey, there's a disaster me never want witness no time at all. But them thing I don't like. Yes, man. I never is like watching movies with plane and see plane crash and I know I got to go on board a plane like in a day or two. Or even go up on a boat in a day or two and I see something like that up in a boat. This changed me mind. It's gotta be really strong. But you guys leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what's your thoughts definitely on this whole situation to how they are dealing with Mohamed going towards the protests. As you see, I am fighting hard. But leave it in the comment section. Anyway, this is probably going to pull the curtains down. Hope you guys watched the video so far. If you did, feel free to give the video a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button and put your post notification bell on. Remember, run up the likes on this one here, sir. And remember to give us a hype. Alright? And if you're still watching this video, check out this video right here, so occupy your time. Up we go in. 50K by year end. Big up on yourself. We out.